What's up, guys? I am bringing you a replay walkthrough of InsiDS versus Yomero. So InsiDS, again, is my teammate who has been playing fairies going on 5 weeks straight. So anyone that plays against him knows what they're going to play against. They know he's on fairies. I don't think he's tried much else, if anything, in Edison format. And I believe Yomero is a relatively well-known Edison player. I don't know much about too many names inside of Edison unless I know the players personally, to be honest. I don't follow the format like that. I personally have moved on from fairies to probably a little bit more of a reliable deck that I've been working through in some Machina 4s. So, but I still have a soft spot in my fairy love. It is my first true love of Edison. I will continue playing it, but for now we have moved on to frogs. Anyways, into the game. So we look at InsiDS Sand. I don't know what Yomero's on. I do know InsiDS lost this, so I'm just going to go through kind of be like, hey, this is what I think of certain plays, as we've done before. And his opening hand is stellar, to say the least. That is about as good an opening hand that you could ask for from fairies. The only thing you'd want to see off the top is like a Herald, maybe, I don't know, or Christia, obviously, would be insane. A lot of cards off the top would be really good. This is a really good hand, so a lot of plays, a lot of options. So starting with an Alias, set 1. Set 2, okay, so we have either Hero Beat or Diva Hero Beat. I think he said it ended up being Diva Hero Beat, and he kind of knew Yomero was going to be playing Diva Hero Beat just due to, I think that's all Yomero's actually played thus far. Rips into Shining Angel. Not the greatest, but we have a few options here. So you have a few options, and I don't think any of them's wrong. I think it just depends what you think Yomero is going to have in the back row, and I can kind of walk through what I think is going to end up being the, I guess, best play. So you can book a moon. Obviously, if you book a moon, what this does is it turns off the Gemini Spark, because Gemini Spark has to tribute a face up. If you do that, that means you can summon Nova Summoner and swing. The reason I choose Nova Summoner over Shining Angel is because Nova Summoner is just not as good as Shining Angel. So you'd rather risk that against, whether it be Deep Prison or something like that. Alternatively, you could summon the Shining Angel, go to Crash, potentially play into like a Mirror Force or Deep Prison. If you do that, use your Book of Moon, put the Shining Angel face down. If they don't have anything, you could Crash, go into DD Warrior Lady, swing with DD Warrior Lady, banish both, which is huge for you. And it also turns on Alchemist. Now, I'm inclined to say from the very beginning that just sounds like the better play than just blank Book of Mooning and then potentially running into Deep Prison or something. In fact, I'm not even inclined to say it is definitely the better play. Here, it's probably just go Shining Angel and swing. Now, alternatively, you could just set a couple of back rows. The problem with that is you're risking, like the Heavy Storm, whatever stuff, MST, Dust Tornadoes. You could just set Mirror Force. You can't set Torrent, because if you just set Torrent, what that does is it means Yomero can just keep swinging for 1900. So that's not an option. You could hope to set Torrent that Yomero just goes and summons a monster, but likely not going to happen. If you do choose to set a back row, you can only set one, just again because Gemini Spark is such an insane card, while Alias creates insane pressure. So you have two plays here. You can realistically summon Shiny Angel, swing, try to force some back rows and book it. Or if they don't have back row, go into Warrior Lady, swing, which is the best outcome for sure. Or you could set Mirror Force, pass. Now, based on what I just talked about, I do think going Shiny Angel attacking, trying to bait a back row, whether it be Deep Prison or something like that, and then Book of Mooning is probably the best play. Alternatively, you could use Nova Summoner, swing with Nova. They use Deep Prison, let it get banished, set Mirror Force, and pass. So you have those three options. I do think here, actually now I'm thinking about probably summon Nova Summoner, swing, try to bait out a back row with Nova Summoner. And if it's Deep Prison, that's awesome because that also turns on your Alchemist. But I think that's the best play. Let's see what he does. He could end up setting. I think that's a very not good play to just set a monster, pass. But let's see. I think, yeah, I personally would summon Nova. Just that train of thought, I'd summon Nova and swing. He does set Nova. So this is interesting. Without knowing what InsiDS' thought process is, obviously if Nova gets destroyed by battle, it can get Shining Angel, it can get Dialk, or it can get another Nova. It could alternatively get Herald. Herald could go, into some kind of synchro, be it Goyo or something, but you're risking 2 cards on the field, plus leaving a Herald in attack mode, which means that's not an option. Which means all you're going to get out of this just setting is him swinging into this, to then get another one or get a Shining Angel. The problem with that is that if Yomero just goes into Catastor, it plays around this completely. You can't really set back rows because now you've just played into Gemini Spark. So I think this right here is entirely the wrong play. Gemini Spark automatically beats you now. It's basically what just happened here is the equivalent of just special summoning Cyber Dragon and then summoning something else, passing and waiting for a Blackwing player to play into a back row, and then Icarus attacking both your monsters, right? So that's basically what just happened is from that play alone, InsiDS just played into a Gemini Spark. Okay, so you do have an option here, again, that you can go and flip that and summon Shining Angel. And then, again, I think that's still the play, is to actually flip this and summon Shining Angel and just bet against the Mirror Force. You have the Book of Moon to save your Shining Angel, which is, again, personally what I would do. Yeah, you definitely flip that and you don't. So now So Shining Angel is definitely more important here than Nova Summoner. The reason I think this is odd because if they deprison, like, you have to Book a Moon to save this. You have to, in my opinion. You don't have to, but I would. Towards they deprison Nova Summoner, it's kind of a win-win. However, thinking a few turns in the future, alternatively, if this does get deprisoned, now Dialp gets this directly back to hand as opposed to Nova Summoner. So that could play into something, but let's see where this goes, and it's Compulse. So it's ended up obviously working well in your favor. But again, if you would just flip this and swung, you don't risk anything because you do have the Book of Moon, and if for some reason you decide you don't want to Book of Moon, you have the Mirror Force on the following turn against his monsters. So you would lose out, but this should definitely be an attack mode swinging. Here, do not set anything. You can either overload and set everything, which means you lose out to heavy because your Solemn has to go against heavy, which is not very good. But you don't set anything here, in my opinion. You just pass. And if you do set Solemn, you set everything. There's no reason to set just Solemn, but not set everything else. There's no reason not to. Like, you're still playing out to Heavy Storm, like Solemn has to basically use on Heavy Storm. Yeah, I think here, if you set Solemn, you set everything, but I don't think you set Solemn. Because, oh, there it is now. Now we know Yomero's not afraid of Solemn. If there's anything you don't want as a player, is for your opponent not to be terrified of Solemn. So based on that, it could tell you a few things. They have their own Solemn, their own Starlight Road, both of which are a terrible problem, but you do have your own Solemn for one of those. Gores is good, I guess. Potentially could be really good. If you Solemn, means you take way too much damage that just like a Diva swing or Absolute Zero swing could really ruin you. I think at this point you're really far behind, to be honest. You gotta, I don't know. I think you've really lost your opportunity to go make a powerful offensive push, but you definitely flip. I'm not sure why InsiDS isn't flipping here. If there's ever a Mirror Force, I don't know. Yeah, so it gets banished. Let it go. Don't book. Yeah, I don't agree with that. Like I said, I think just letting that go to turn on the Dialk is a better play. Because once this is gone, the Dialk's actually worth something. While it's on the field, no, yeah, I think you let that go. You don't need 2 recruiters in this situation. That's why I love playing 6 recruiters, because you can be reckless with one of them and then still have the other. So not a fan of that. I think you just lost your Book of Moon and really your best protection against a Diva play because, your field's not set up for a Diva play, and because you just set everything, it makes that Gores in your hand a little bit worse, obviously. It definitely makes Gores worse, but now Yomero has no reason to attack. They could, but has no reason to. So you draw another Angel, even more of a reason. Even more of a reason to now flip them both up and try to get a Warrior Lady on the field to get rid of that. Just flip them both. Come on, you have Solemn too. So it took like 8 turns and you lost a Book of Moon because of it. But we finally got rid of the Alias. Presumably. Yep. So it took way too many turns, and you left more damage on the board. Again, you have the Shining Angel in hand. No reason not to be aggressive with this Nova Summoner too. Just no reason, in my opinion. Yeah, Mirror Force exists, but no reason. Gosh, and a main deck Cyber Dragon. That's so good against fairies. Honestly, that's really good. And Alias. Here we might want to Torrent. The problem with Torrenting here is obviously you're just playing the Gemini Spark, so I think you don't Torrent. I think you let this swing and then try to get into another DD Warrior Lady. They didn't Gemini Spark on this one, so they probably don't have Gemini Spark at all. So I think here you actually just let this swing go through. You could Mirror Force for the +2. You Torrent. Why do you Torrent? What do you gain out of this? Yeah, what do you gain out of a Torrent here? you definitely let this play go through. You can either Mirror Force, or you let the play go through and just go into another DD Warrior Lady. I'm not sure why. I would be curious to know what InsiDS is thinking on this. You could Solemn here, but you don't Solemn. That's a lost Solemn. And you just lost your Mirror Force too. So you just lost 3 cards to their 2, and they're now up. They're now up big. It's hard to say. InsiDS just played into that entirely. Basically from the beginning of the game. It's unfortunate that they had both of those, but okay. Drawn DD Warrior Lady. Now you just definitely go Alchemist. It's definitely Alchemist. Yeah. Hopefully a good hit. Ooh, another Alchemist is a very good hit, so we'll get in for some damage. Pass, okay. Is Mirror Force gone? Mirror Force is not gone. Torrent's not gone. I say yeah, we just keep doing the same thing. Interesting. Whose turn is it? It's InsiDS' turn, right? Yeah. You just keep doing the same thing. Swing and then set. I would set DD Warrior Lady. Here, I think in this matchup, it's better to have the DD Warrior Lady on the field ready to go. So let's see if they go DD, let's see if InsiDS sets any of them. Okay, good. I would not set the Book of Moon. I keep Book of Moon in hand just for the gores. I don't think there's a reason to set Book of Moon here. I guess they risk a Diva play, and that can protect against Diva, but you also have this to out a Catastrophe potentially, so you know, you keep it set. I don't think Catastrophe is really a risk here. I personally keep this in hand just to make that Gores live as soon as possible. So, okay, so this is gonna go, doesn't swing. I don't know if that tells you anything. I don't think you do anything with that information. I think here you definitely just use that, swing, and ooh. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Alchemist gets destroyed. You get back that. And then you can go Herald, Warrior Lady, Synchro into like Brio. This game just feels really in InsiDS' favor, to be honest. You don't flip, you just swing. Let's keep up the pressure. You're probably facing down a Miracle play here, is what I'm thinking. Diva? You have Book of Moon. Nah, you let this go. You let this go, for sure. You let this go. Use Herald. Why? Because that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Alchemist is 5. You just turned off Crystio with no way to fix your grave. You have no way to fix or manipulate your graveyard now, so... Why? I don't know why he did that. Again, if anything, you could have just used Herald to destroy Catastor, I guess, when it uses its effect. And even then you keep Alchemist. Okay, so that's a pretty good top deck. Especially against back rows. Again, I think this Book of Moon should still be in his hand, but it's kind of tough. You could Book of Moon here, flip this, destroy a back row, and then attack over that next turn, I think is definitely like a viable play. Or you can just let it go and destroy the back row. Why would you destroy Spine Gilman? Why? What is the thought process of Spine Gilman over the back row? At this point, I'm wondering if what is InsiDS played? What could this be? What are we thinking this is? It's not Deep Prison, not a Battle Trap. Torrent's gone. It could be another Gemini Spark. It's probably not going to be... I think if it were Hero Blast, it would have been used by now. So it might be a bluff. Probably not a Dust Tornado. I'm not entirely sure of entire deck lists. Could be another, like, Compulse, I guess. I wonder why we go after Spine Gilman and not the back row there. Rhoda's interesting. Save Rhoda. In my opinion, save Rhoda until you need it. Freed, that's good. Here I think we Rhoda. I probably Rhoda for Warrior Lady, summon it, and swing. You could set it, but I just personally want the damage. Here we book. We definitely book. We book. We book. For sure. Oh, nice. Nice. Dust Shoot's usually not very good in this matchup. Just because, again, like, that Alias plus a bunch of back row. So it was Mirror Force. Just, I guess, Mirror Force you don't want to use on the Lone Alchemist, so... You could have used that Dust Shoot to bait a monster to attack, but... No, I guess not. Okay. Miracle's about to go out. About to power. Was that Blast, Spark? What is double? I don't know what double means. Spark, Blast, Miracle? Double. Double, Spark. Oh, double Spark, double Miracle. I thought that was a card name or something. Okay. So 2 Spark, 2 Miracle, and a Blast. So actually this Freed's about to be strong. Is this other Miracle live? It is. It is. But this Freed's about to get in for... one. Sure, I guess. It doesn't really matter which order you play them in. Oh, I was about to say that's really good, but that doesn't do anything. You can... I don't think you can wall off. Does Absolute Zero... Sub-Zero, so it doesn't count itself, but any water mix is strong AF. Yeah, it also blows itself up. I forgot about that one. And Hero Blast gets that back. Is that game? Close, but he has 2 Sparks and another Miracle. So, yeah, that's game. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how InsiDS lost that. I feel like InsiDS was very, very far ahead. Several of those turns. So, let's go ahead and go into game 2, though. With another pretty solid looking hand. You have the Trooper plus the Bazoo plus the return combo. I'm not sure you could ask for more with Shining Angel that can crash itself. Just load up the graveyard for Bazoo plus Warrior Lady. Now you're going first. You know what you're playing against. Here, I think we just set Warrior Lady, pass. Set Warrior Lady, pass. Nice. Okay. Very good. Here we've... Oh! Oh, that's going to send back probably Angel. I think Angel... Actually, Bazoo's an incredible card to send back. Sends back the Trooper. I guess Trooper crashes very evenly with Alias? Sure. Why did we do that? Why did we do that? You definitely, in my opinion, just flip Warrior Lady swing. Because Bazoo turns on everything with priority. I don't know... I don't really know. I would like to start baiting out D-Prisons, Mirror Force, Torrent, Bottomless, whatever they have. I just want to bait all of it out using this Warrior Lady. Or you could keep it set. I personally would not have set, especially the return. I think that you're just asking to be like Dust Tornado or, I don't know, something. That's rough. But if you would have had Honest, if you would have flipped it up, you would have had Honest available. I think Bazoo brings you back in this game, though. And did we shuffle? I don't know. I don't know. Good top, though. Ooh, the Christie with the Bazoo? Oh, is that game? That's insane. So probably going to get nothing, and you get the draw. That's so good. Freed was not good, though. But you have Bazoo plus these 3. Is that an OT? Is that an OTK? Bazoo plus Christie is 53, 70 something. That's game. I think I would take that. Oh, okay. No, maybe I wouldn't. I'm lying now. Here, I just summon Shining Angel, and I just... Actually, I think I summon Freed. I summon Freed or Shining Angel. I don't know if it matters, but I just start trying to get through back row. And then keep them on board, and then use my Honest just to overpower. D-Prison's fine. Yeah, you got Honest in hand, so you just... Fine. It's cool. Freed. Cool. Easy day. Set the call. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Rhoda. Call. Chain. Nice. Very nice. Swing. Deep Prison, awesome. Summon Shit Nova, normal summon Nova, nice. Here I think we definitely Bazoo. Oh gosh, that's tough. That's tough. Gosh, I think actually, yeah, I think I summon Bazoo, banish 3, and then just start swinging. Try to rip out some back row. That's the play for sure. Didn't do that, unfortunately. Yeah, you definitely summon Bazoo, banish all 3 of these or the Warrior Lady. It doesn't matter, and then use Bazoo to run over that. It destroys something. I don't know. And then yeah, I don't. At least you still have the Bazoo to get over it. Now you're playing against too many back row. That's tough. Yeah, definitely some Bazoo, banish 3. Like that's the move. Is that? Are those simultaneous? Where you banish and you gain attack at the same time? I don't really know how that works, but that doesn't seem right. I don't know. It's very odd, but here, just let him play into Torrent. Starlight Road. Oh, nice. Good solemn, good solemn. Oh! Just got the miracle, got the miracle. That does happen. It's almost not like a double miracle doesn't matter. I think this. I don't know what that last 2 cards could be, but this just feels like it's InsiDS' game. I probably summon Nova Summoner. I think here you have to do it. Go actually Thunder King, summon, attack, let it go damage step, double honest, flip return. That's what I would do. Why? You can be aggressive. You're just letting him draw more back rows or that's game over. I don't know what was said, but I think you lost your game win opportunity at least 2, potentially 3 times now. You should have already won the game. Yeah, 2 to 3 times. Is Christy alive? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But is there a freed banished? There is a freed. So you do have. Let's see. Can they activate? Negate all effects of effect monsters. So does that mean you can still activate? I don't know if you can activate the effects. Because if you can activate, you can return, activate the freed, and use that. I mean, here you still have an opportunity for game to go Thunder King swing, flip return, to bring back this. Is this enough for game? I don't know. You could just Thunder King flip this and then try. You still have like the game opportunity. That doesn't die. Yeah, I don't know. In my opinion, InsiDS, because let's see what this card ended up being. It was it one of these 2? I don't know which one it was, but yeah, I think InsiDS missed game like 3 times. Because even then, if you flip return, let's say, I guess like bottomless is pretty good, but you would have had, like there's so many times you would have had several monsters on board. You set this, and I don't know why. Is this card a bluff too? Kind of. Yeah. Yeah, I think InsiDS should have won both of those games. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. It looks like it doesn't even activate smashing. Oh, there it is. Okay, well, InsiDS, good game. I think you definitely should have gone. You even said it right there. Should have gone for the OTK. Like I said, there was one opportunity where Yomero had 1 back row or something like that. But even if Yomero has that bottomless. I think you missed it a couple of times, especially with having double honest in hand several turns and setting this when you could just summon this, swung over the absolute zero, even dropped one honest, means that your dimensional alchemist at that point gets to be kept in attack mode, and you have another honest for like the following play. You had like the bazoo that you could have used like a turn or two early, like I said, but that's all I saw, I guess. I think both those games were very winnable, just a few micro choices here and there. But thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful day, and